What's up, guys? Welcome back to the video. We're back. I know it has been a while since I've done long form content, and I wanted to get back into flow of things. It is currently February, and we're going back into long form soon. Yeah, it's been about a month, maybe like 6-7 weeks. Pause. Old meme, sorry. Let's see. Today we're going to talk about accounting. And, if you're thinking about going to college, if you're in high school right now, I actually kind of want to see, what my viewer base is. What age they are out of my 184 followers. 98.6 of you guys are not subscribed. Actually, let me screenshot that. Start doing that in my videos. You guys need to sub right now. Yeah. Okay, so 69% male audience. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, 30% women. Okay, so here's my demographic. It's not Gen Alpha, that's right. Okay, so most of you guys are being honest with their age, okay. But probably I would say some of these numbers are inflated because I think most people like to boost their age just so they could watch 18 and up content. But it's cool to know, 18 to what? Mostly 50-year-olds are watching me, okay. But it's mostly between 25 and 34, kind of like Kill Tony's audience. That's not bad. Alright, let's go back here, man. So what's today's video about? Today's video is about, I'm just improvising this low-key. I'm not even doing YouTube research, because I kind of already know what I'm talking about. So I'm making this for you guys. Let's say you're in high school right now. I know none of y'all are 17, but maybe you are, and your numbers are inflated. My advice would be, hey, if your parents are you should go to college, because I went to college. I'm I think you should go. Even if, you feel like you shouldn't go, you should go. There's always going to be debt, United States has trillions of dollars in debt. It's going to keep happening. You can pay back those student loans. You're fine, dude, But yeah, let's say you're in high school right now. If you're determined and willing to do so, you can take college classes in high school. I want to make that clear right now. You can. And, I had a classmate, let's say, in high school. I think his name was Austin or something. Played maybe baseball. I don't know. Didn't really look into the guy. However, what he did do is he graduated my high school, and he transferred to NC State as a junior. So he took 2 years off of having to go through that freshman, sophomore blah 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 college basic classes, which is awesome because realistically I think college should be 2 to 3 years long. That's just me. Love college clubs, those are great. Anyway, I kind of also wanted to look into my resume. Yeah, COVID was 6 years ago. That's hard to believe, but it is 2026 in the big 26. You didn't have to cut me off. Think I can never happen to know we were nothing. I don't even need your love. Make friends. Yeah, making friends early on in college is great. Go to clubs help out a lot with that as well. Just making convo with somebody.
Regarding the Kade case, I think I made a breakthrough.
Impossible. I need to find out what his hunch is immediately. Care to enlighten us, Al?
It was so obvious, but I didn't realize it till now. He is 100% gay.
And what made you conclude that?
Well, he clearly hates straight people.
I don't understand.
I know. We've only been looking at the types of crimes those victims carry out, though when we look at the bigger picture, you'll notice that the vast majority of Kira's victims are straight.
Isn't that just because straight people make up the majority of the population? It's a stretch to say he's gay because of something like that.
You're weirdly defensive about this, Light.
Well, I just want to stick to the facts, that's all.
As long as the proportion of victims matches the proportion of the population, it makes sense, right?
Right, exactly.
In that case, I guess Kira isn't gay. But he is racist.
What?
Hey, where are you from? I'm really interested in you. And some people might give you a weird look, but then they're like, oh, this guy's really genuine right now, And genuine and, like, being honest is great for connection. Being a man of your word is really important. I want to say that right now. Being a man of your word. Lying is terrible. So try not to lie. When I say try your best not to lie. A big problem that I had was, like, bending the truth. Yeah, like, bending the truth, like, stretching it out as long as possible. Yeah. Like, how much money do you actually owe? I would have been like, around, this number. And they're like, what? And then they're going to find the discrepancies. You tell people, you told me one band, and the other guy, that's 3 bands. That's a big difference in 2 bands, Anyway, I'm an accounting major. I just want to say this right off the gate. If you're going to a 4-year university, do not go to community college. I want to, unless you do all your research into how many credits transfer over to the university. However, you are going to have to do your best of due diligence because not all your community college advisors are, they're not going to have that proactive mindset that you have. You're going to have to let them know, hey, what classes can I take now that I'm going to transfer over to this college I want to transfer to? And you're going to have to, keep showing up to the office, keep asking them, maybe even contact an advisor at that university you want to transfer to and say, hey, I want this to work out so that I can better streamline processes of graduating somewhat early on and not have to stick around for a couple more semesters or take some summer classes or a December class. Like, ain't nobody want to take no winter class, bro. You feel me? All right. I think that's one of the things I kind of regret is just assuming every single class would transfer to ECU. Also, want to get this out of the way. Yeah, most 4-year universities, you're going to have to live on campus your first year. You can just get that out of the way. Go with the dining hall plan. Your second year, if you have the cash, money, feel me, I would probably most likely cook at home. But my last year of ECU, I actually just stuck with the dining hall. It's kind of just lazy, didn't want to cook. But at the same time, at least that's going through tuition and not through your bank account. So that's really cool. And yeah. So yeah, right out the gate, I would have just done like my friend Angie did. I think she went to ECU her all 4 years. Join a club that freshman year. Get involved, see if you can be on the like a club's board or something. Like become like a secretary of the board, some kind of intern. Because some clubs now offer like interns for a position that you can take over the year after that to better like groove into that position, which I really like. I think it's a great idea. And you're saying, hey Lucas, I've thought a lot of things in my head over the past years. Hey Lucas. Also, if you're not drinking a cup of coffee right now, get you some coffee. Dink it and sink it, right in link style. I also want to say, get on LinkedIn. Make that LinkedIn your freshman year. Try and interact with as many people as you can. Ask advice for your resume. Don't be afraid to volunteer during class. Let's say you're in like a business class and they're like, who wants to volunteer to show me their resume? And then you put your resume up there. And then they fix your resume, they send it back to you. I think that's what happened last year in one of my classes, actually. And it was pretty good, actually. I've watched so much Kill Tony. I'm kind of like just talking like William Montgomery right now. Actually, Tony, that Butterfinger candy was good. Tony, actually, the Dude Wipes are a great sponsor. Alright, let's get back to the video. Every college club has a club advisor of some kind, and connect with the advisor. You could even connect with your professors if they're chill and cool like that. Some people hate on professors. Read myprofessors.com. Increase your interviewing skills. Look in the look in the interviewer's eyes the whole time. You need to practice interviewing. It's one of those things you can't really avoid. You gotta just grind a little bit through that. I kind of wanted to go through some example interview questions and just answer that, but low-key, I already have an internship. Okay, so you're like, Lucas, you're an accounting major. Which professors would you go with at ECU? I would say do your due diligence to maybe look up their rating on myprofessors.com if that helps you, or whatever. Or just go with like your buddies' advice and go with this professor. If you're accounting, I would say go with these specific professors right now. I would go with Abby Cash for financial accounting. I would go with John Broadfoot for managerial accounting. Then for intermediate one, I would go with David Singlet. He's cool. I think he's the only one that teaches it. And then you go with accounting information systems with Cal Christian. He's also the only one that teaches it, I think. And then, just keep going from there. Dr. Reich, he's a great accounting professor. Try and visit his office actually in your sophomore year, maybe freshman if you can't find an internship yet, if that's possible. We're actually going to take a look at that right now. I'm not really certified in anything, and I got an internship, but and I'm a senior, and I do have one example of someone who actually did this in a really good club that's on campus right now. This up and coming young stud. One of my Kade here. Kade's a great guy. Obvious the GOAT, obviously. Get it? Obviously, bro. I just came up with that. Anyway. So, we're going to go with my profile and then maybe look at Kade's a little bit. And we're back. Let's go. Oh, here it is. Copy of it. Yeah, I would just put your name, put your email, your general address. You don't have to put a specific place. Unless you want to specifically apply for the internship that's right by a certain place. Let's say it's in Raleigh. You're like, hey man, put a Raleigh on there. If you have a friend or something that lives in Raleigh, he'll be like, hey yo, can I use your Raleigh address for like this thing? And you're like, yeah. Boom. Goated. Hopefully the background check doesn't mess that up, but good luck on that. Anyway, education, we're graduating in December. I'm going with the business administration, a BSBA, and concentration in accounting. Actually, I'm actually trying to go for my CFE, guys. And for the CFE, let's just go and look at that for accountants. It's one of the many certifications you get for an accounting degree. What you first want to do is sign up with acfe.com and sign up for $30 to join the organization. They have over 90,000 members right now. You can be one of those too, guys. So you join this, and then you kind of just want to look up how to get the CFE. And guess what? You don't have to go with a master's to get your CFE, right? CFE is kind of one of those things where like even the FBI might hire you, or like some kind of fraud department. And I think I want to go with that rather than do a master's. And in case you guys don't know, last month they changed the rule where you don't have to get a master's degree to sit for the CPA exam, which is Certified Public Accountant, right? And it's pretty good, but you do have to work under like a CPA person for like 1 to 2 years. If you only have a bachelor's, you have to work under them for like 2 years, and then you can sit for it. But if you have your master's, you only have to work under them for like 1 year. Anyway, let's get back to. Let me stop yapping here. Go back to the resume. So I would put education first, obviously. Then I would put experience. Then I put my jobs, my leadership activities and honors. If you held a certain position at a club, that's where that would go. Then I would put volunteer activities. I actually volunteered with Beast Philanthropy. Mr. Beast, he has a great organization right there. Goated, by the way, not gonna lie. And yeah, education experience. I'm an intern right now. I just made this up on the fly, um, which on the fly means like on the spot, basically. Like 2 days ago. Anyway, it's probably not perfect, but it's somewhat accurate, I'd say. Obviously, if you're, like 16 or older, I would also recommend getting a fast food job just to learn a good work ethic, get some extra cash. You always want to be grateful for what you have. And I think working a fast food job actually helps you with that, or just any kind of like part time thing, even when you're 16 or 17. Because I think I got my first Subway job at like 17, and some of my friends got it when they were like 16, and I was like, bro, I was kind of jelly, but anyway, jealous. Uh, so yeah, Subway started off, great job. The customers are really hard to put up with, but if you have a good work ethic, a good manager mindset, and you can put up with people, and you can kind of just ignore and have no other like friends. Like if there's a manager and like there's another manager, you get friends with the other manager. But like the people under you, like the regular workers, like don't try and friend with the other regular workers if they have like a bad mindset. Because that's kind of why I left Subway. Is like, I guess my main manager Mark was like, or the owner was like, he wasn't like there all the time to reassure me that like I'm like doing stuff the right way or whatever. But like, I don't know. I kind of just lost hope. But then I switched to I-55, and they had a great management team over there. They had great sales. I actually learned all three stations of being a bun station guy, the grill. I worked at Friars. I was actually a part-time waitress there for about a couple of months. I love doing that. I would say also being a server. Do not let anyone derail you. Like don't let anyone let you like disrespect you, right? Because I think one time I had this table, these two guys, and they were actually asking me very inappropriate stuff for about 20 minutes straight about like some inappropriate I don't want to say it on here. It was that graphic. Um, yeah. So next time that happens to you as a server, do not let them disrespect you. I'd say you can either order food or you can get out of my restaurant. Because I mean, even if you're not the manager, you could be like, I can get my manager right now and we can settle this and just walk away, tell your manager what happened, and just go through it like that, because that's not what I did. That's not and I should have. I just didn't have the confidence. But Highway 5 is great company, great people, and yeah, we're just gonna keep scrolling here. So yeah, I was director of operations for the SLB club for a little bit. It was a fun club. I kind of failed some classes. That's kind of my personal reason for leaving. Um, and then I was the secretary for Sam. Sam's great. Sam's great. DECA's great. FLB is great. Future Business Leaders of America is great. Just a couple other ones. FMA, Financial Management Association. ECU Investment Club. Yeah, a couple other ones. Odds and ends, And then if you can get it some volunteering hours, that looks great on your resume, I'd say. If you have a certain number of hours, just put it on the right, I guess, somewhere. Probably want to ask someone in your in the like career department for that. And yeah, so now we're just gonna go through my LinkedIn here. You want to have a good like intro right here on this part. So this is my intro right now. I'm an accounting major. I'm a senior. You put your university. You want to put this weird dash line right here to like separate sentences. Then I put I'm an intern and I'm an aspiring accounting guy, and that's pretty cool. And then I put about section. I kind of had to work on this for a little bit. Put my email. I put, do you want to, like interact with me, ask advice about anything, just reach out through my email, and that's fun. I'm passionate about tax and audit roles in accounting. And I actually have worked with Excel, Power BI, Extender, and Banner as far as ECU goes. And I have done data analysis, creating pivot tables, using formulas, And I have done some clubs. And I want to learn more about stuff. Also, in the interview process, you got to be confident, guys. That's just one thing I got to tell you guys right now. You need to be confident. They're like, so why should we hire you? And, a lot of people on TikTok love to complain about, like, well, I need money, duh. Like, that's a terrible answer. Everyone needs money. The strongest survive. You need to have that Mark Twain mentality of only the strongest survive or something, like I did, okay? They're like, so why should we hire you? And I was like, because I believe, I started doing like this Martin Luther King thing. I was like, I believe I'm a fast learner. I'm a fast learner. I can adapt to several scenarios very fast. I also didn't put this in my interview, but I can actually type a very fast amount of words in sentences without looking at the keyboard. I probably should have put that, but I didn't really think about it until now. But yeah, so you want to be confident. You're gonna be like, I'm a fast learner. I'm a very strong-willed person, as in I believe I can achieve a lot of things. You could even go as far as like saying, I have a 3.5 GPA. I'm a fast learner, or maybe like, if it's above a 3.5, say that, but maybe not. It's not above 3.5. You kind of want to be humble, They're like, so why should we hire you? I'm a fast learner. I'm confident. I double, even triple check my answers. I always organize my time through Google Calendar. I believe in myself and my company that I work for. And just several other things you can put up there. But you need to be confident, And then try not to smile, Like, you want to show emotion. You want to be confident, You don't want to be like, I'm a fast learner, just like awkwardly like staring, like what? But yeah, I had to interview like 3 people, and you want to like try and maintain eye contact with like 3 different people as you're speaking, like, I'm actually a fast learner. I'm a confident person, I would say. I've actually served 2 confident roles as being a secretary and in operations in this club, so on and so on, right? Obviously that was a terrible execution because I haven't done this in a while, but the heart was there, the mindset was there. Yeah, so we're gonna go through Kade's profile. This guy's great. If you haven't met him, he's a great guy. I'm kind of curious about his resume, actually. I'm not a recruiter. Homie has a 3.9. I'm pretty sure he's a freshman. This guy's great, man. Oh, I haven't shown it to you guys yet. Okay, so here's his resume. Yeah, great. Greenville Community College, 3.9, dude. This guy's... The Black Sail Fund is actually a thing. So the Black Sail Fund is kind of this thing they created about a year ago, maybe, with FMA, an investment club, and some of the college advisors, where they have this fund and they like invest in certain stuff, and it's actually funded by ECU and some of the professors and advisors, and it's a really cool organization. And he's got some certifications, right? So you can actually get certifications through ECU, like the Bloomberg marketing concept. That's a great certification. He's also got some tax certifications. Investment club's great. Yep. FMA. DECA's great. Yep. Already mentioned that. Student Accounting Society. That's nice. Yeah, dude. Cade's a great guy. If you're in accounting and you're like, man, I wanna be like this guy, you know. I was actually scrolling through some of his posts just because this is online. I'm not stalking anyone. Okay, guys, don't go there.
And your name was a glorious place to start. Not a lot of Guinevere Becks. And there you were. Every account set to public.
Yeah, so this is obtaining a new certification, Fundamentals of Auditing. In this course, I learned how auditors assess financial statements, evaluate internal controls, and ensure compliance with a GAAP. Oh, this is GAS, okay. Generally accepted auditing standards. That's pretty cool. CPA track. Okay, you could also add that to your intro. That's pretty smart. Maybe look into that a little bit. Another certification, bookkeeping. Okay. Yeah, so this is one of the first things I saw from Kade, which actually impressed me. Give me an idea to maybe try it out myself, was this Intuit Academy for tax exam level 1. Yeah, that's just the showcase I wanted to go over today with Kade here. Great young buck in the field. And that's just professional review right there. Just kind of going through accounting advice. If your parents want you to be a doctor, you're like, I want to go to college for myself, and they're not paying for your college, then I would definitely, mainly, if your parents are not paying for college, I would say major in something you want to do because you're paying for it. All right, that's what I'm saying. However, if it's different and you got it made like that, just major in, the family business, I guess. Do you? And thank you guys so much for watching. We're going to release some more content here shortly. I got to edit this video. I'm just going to edit out a little bit in the middle. And really appreciate the subs, 184. We're trying to get to 200 by the end of next month, actually. That's the new goal. For monetization, I need to get 4,000 watch hours, which is pretty nice. Let me... I think it's 4,000 watch hours within a year or something. But we need to just post more long-form content like this for you guys to reach that goal. So right now, it's in my dashboard. Let's see here. Couple posts. Content. Yeah, so it says we need 500 subs here. And we need, 3,000 more watch hours. We only have 89, okay, and we have 32 valid shorts, okay. Yep. So thank you guys so much for watching. I just set up this little OBS so I could switch between camera and computer. Go watch some more Kill Tony episodes. Those are great. Peace out, guys. See you in the next one.